Well, good afternoon, viewers. It's Noel's Garden Tractors and Firewood here today. Another nice day. It's sunny and it's going to be up to feels like 29 today. So today's video is just, it's not a real good video. Anyway, it's just the way things go, I guess so. I'll take you out here and let you see what's going on. I'll have to switch you around. So on my way back from the tractor run yesterday, old tractor worked great, but not so much for the old Ford truck. But I did make it home. Anyway, I was driving along as normal, and all of a sudden she just started losing power. And I kept pushing on the gas and just kept getting slower and slower and slower, and eventually I said, holy cats, there's something going on. So I just slowly pulled off the side of the road, and by the time I got to the side of the road and stopped, she had quit. And because I had the radio on and the air conditioning going and there was highway traffic, I really couldn't hear what I wanted to kind of hear. But anyway, so when I stopped, all the dash lights were on and the engine was not running. It's just the same as if you get in the vehicle and turn the key to on but didn't start the vehicle. Anyway, so luckily for me, my son is shop foreman at the Ford dealer, so he's got all the access to the computer stuff, and he was a technician when he first started there, and electrical was his specialty, so not hard for him to figure out what's going on. Anyway, the first thing he looked at when he took a scanner over and he got looking in on that, and found that it was coming to the knock sensor. Now the knock sensor is under the intake. Isn't that a lovely spot for that? So a bunch of stuff has to come apart to get to the knock sensor. And when he opened up the engine bonnet, he kind of confirmed what he was thinking, because if you can see down in here, the varmints were in there. So varmints were in there and chewed wires, of course. So they chewed the wire going to the knock sensor. Here. Anyway, that could happen in a new vehicle or an old vehicle, or I guess it wouldn't really matter. So there you go. So at least it runs. And like I say, once it quit yesterday, it left me on the side of the road. So I shut everything off, the fan and the radio and the this and the that, and shut the key off. And I waited for a minute. So I thought, well, I'll try and start it. Sure enough, start right up. You'd never know anything was wrong. So I let it sit there and idle for a little while. And I figured, well, it seems to be working, so I put it in gear. Still seemed to be working, so I slowly crept ahead, and it still seemed to work, so I kind of continued on my way, but not knowing where or when it's ever going to quit again. Anyway, made it home. It's probably I went another 5 miles before from where it quit to home. So anyway, it starts and runs today and all that stuff. But anyway, I don't know what the knock sensor did to make it quit like that. The son seems to figure that because of having the tractor on and having a load, that the computer couldn't sense the knock sensor, so it figured that there was too much load and it was trying to retard the timing to keep it from pinging, which is what the knock sensor is supposed to do. And I guess it just kept retarding the timing to the point where it just wouldn't run anymore, is what he figures. And that kind of makes sense. The way it stopped, it just kind of slowly came to a stop, and there was no jerking, no anything like that. Not like you were running out of fuel and it was jerking or anything. So anyway, there she is. So that's kind of putting a screw up into my daily plans. That's got to come apart. Intake has to come off, and has to get a part somewhere for it, and isn't that just great? And at the same time, we're going to put a valve cover gasket on this side because it's been leaking for quite a while and just never got to fix that yet. So I guess now is the time, I guess. So anyway, what can you do? So 2005, but doesn't make any difference. The new or old. I know my son told me that at his work, some sort of a Lincoln came in with wiring trouble, and they found that the wires in the headliner were all chewed by mice. And they had the big nest up in there, and they did all their business on everything and chewed everything. And I guess the whole wiring harness in the vehicle had to be changed because you never know where else it was chewed. So I guess that was an expensive insurance job, that one. So, and the thing is, with the varmints, they can happen at any time of year, anywhere, in any vehicle. So maybe the simple things like that right there are the better thing to have. Oh dear. So that's the end of the tractor things for this year. My trailer is now out of inspection, and I have hole in fender I have to fix because that won't pass inspection. And I think there's a hole in this fender too. Maybe right there. And the wood is going bad, so I don't know if I guess they would have to check that for inspection, but I don't know. Anyway, I kind of put that on there for the weekend. So, well, the trailer's over 10 years old, so I guess all the wood is going in her. And I did preserve it different times over the years, but that's the way that is. So, that is my video for today. Like I say, a nice day, few clouds, reasonable temperature. So I figure if I can't go anywhere really with the truck today, I'm gonna get at that. That little pile there might get split with the axe. That pile may get put in there with the other wood, and I may take some from here. And I got this stuff here too. I might use some of that. And I have weed whacking to do, of course, around the house and ditch out front and all that stuff. So I'm going to get Mr. Loader tractor out, and then the tractor that is the workhorse. Of course, it's got a cab. Dave at RCAF Polar Express just loves cabs. You should message to him and say that he should get a cab for his tractor. Oh dear, get Dave mad at me. Anyway, so we get this out of here, and we'll get that out of here and move the ladder, and I'll start another row at the bottom there and work my way up. So there we go. That's the plan for today. Dean said I kind of can't go anywhere. I could, I guess, but I might as well just stay home and do stuff here. Anyhow, there we go. Have a great Sunday, viewers, and thanks for watching. I surely appreciate everybody that watches, and I mostly appreciate the comments. I like the comments, and I like to comment back. All right, we're out for now.